Welcome to Math 20 video lecture series. In this video, we're going to use the 8 fundamental identities to prove other identities. So, let us recall the fundamental identities. So, we have the reciprocal identities, quotient identities, Pythagorean identities. So, gagamitin natin yan to prove other identities such as this one. So, paano mag-prove ng identities muna? So, ganito yung pag-prove. Pipili ka ng isang side. So, it's either yung left-hand side or the right-hand side. So, kapag nagsimula ka sa left-hand side, use the fundamental identities to arrive at the right-hand side. Kung sa right-hand side ka naman nagsimula, use the fundamental identities to arrive doon sa left-hand side ng equation. Okay, so isa lang yung gagalawin mo para makapunta ka doon sa kabila. Or, pwede mong galawin pareha using the 8 fundamental identities, pero huwag magta-transpose, huwag magko-cross multiply. Pero lahat ng mga ipapakita ko sa inyong solution ay isang side lang yung ginagalaw para di kayo malito. Okay? And saan magsa-start? Ano mas maganda? Left-hand side or right-hand side? So, ang sinasabi ng mga sinaunang teachers, sinaunang mathematicians, ng mga mentors ko, mag-start daw dun sa mas complicated na side. So, in this case, parang ang mas complicated na side, ito, no? So, kailangan makarating tayo dyan. Kailangan maging kamukhaan nun. So, ilalagay nyo, proof. So, kukopyahin nyo kung saan kayo magsa-start. So, we start here. So, let me copy. Okay, ay. Buti na lang uso yung copy-paste feature sa app na ito. Okay, so we have this. Actually, maraming paraan, no, kung paano ito ipoprove. Kasi ang daming identities There are many ways kung paano mo gagamitin ito. Pero ang isa sa mga technique na napansin kong nagwo-work is titingnan ko yung right hand side, tapos pipilitin ko na maging kamukha. In this case, meron kang cotangent x, cosecant x. So, maybe maganda na meron kang cotangent x or cosecant x dito sa kabilang side. So, ang gagawin ko, ifa-factor ko dito yung kahit ano, cosecant or cotangent, it doesn't matter in this case. So, let's say, factor natin yung cosecant ha, or sige, cosecant na nga lang. So, divide everything by cosecant. Divide the numerator by cosecant x kasi pinactor out natin si cosecant doon. So, here meron tayong secant over cosecant plus divide this by cosecant, we are left with cotangent x. Okay? So, ayan, medyo kamukha na. May cosecant ka, may cosecant ka. So, ang goal na lang natin is to show that this is cotangent. Okay. Yung numerator, pagsamahin natin. So, meron tayong cosecant x secant x plus cosecant x cotangent x. Simplify lang natin ng onte. So, anong lalabas dito? Secant x plus cosecant x cotangent x secant square x over times cosecant x. Ay, bumalik lang tayo. Okay, sige. What is cosecant times cotangent? Cosecant is 1 over sine. And cotangent is cosine over sine. Gawin na nga lang natin sine at cosine lahat. Oops, so ito magiging 1 over cosine. Doon din pala tayo malalaglag gawing sine at cosine lahat. Okay. So, alisin natin tong complex fraction dito. So, paano mawawala tong mga denominator na ito? Multiply everything by the LCD. The LCD is cosine square x, sine square x. So, you multiply every term here by the LCD. Anong lalabas yan? So, LCD times this, we get cosine x, sine square x, plus this times this, makakancel si sine square. So, meron tayong cosine cube x over, here naman, meron tayong cosine of x, sine x, okay, is that correct? Cosine x, okay, tama. Okay, in the numerator factor, cosine x. So, we get sine square x plus cosine square x divided by sine x times cosecant x. Hey, look! Ano ang sine square plus cosine square x? Sabi ng fundamental identity natin. Asan na yung fundamental identity? Here, cosine square x plus sine square x is 1. So, ito ay 1 lang yun. So, ang maiiwan ay cosine x over sine x times cosecant of x. And what is cosine x over sine x? That is cotangent of x. Okay? So, na-prove na natin na this thing is the same as cotangent of x times cosecant of x. Okay, so yun yung technique ko, yung nagpa-factor out na para maging kahawig siya. And ginagawang sine and cosine lahat ng mga bagay. Okay, so let us prove another example. Let us show that cosine x is equal to secant x minus cosine x over tangent x plus 1 minus tangent x over secant x. Okay, so sabi natin, start tayo dun sa mas complicated side. So here is the more complicated side. So, pwede natin gawin, dalawang fraction niya, pwede mo combine into one fraction, no? So, baka may mag-cancel, baka may maging 1, tapos, the long run, maging cosine. Or kapag hindi mo na talaga alam yung gagawin, gawin mong lahat sine at cosine. Okay? But first, combine muna natin siya. So, cross multiply. Plus tangent of x times 1 minus tangent of x all over product ng denominator, tangent x times secant x. Kailangan maging cosine to. Okay, distribute natin. So from here we get secant square x minus secant x times cosine x is 1, sabi ng ating reciprocal identities. And this one, tangent x minus tangent square x divided by tangent x times secant x. Okay. So, what is secant square minus tangent square? Actually, suspicious na yan kapag nakakakita kayo ng magkakasama na secant square tsaka tangent square. Baka nagko-collapse yun, pati yung cotangent square tsaka cosecant square. So, sabi ng identity natin, ano yun? 1 plus tangent square theta equal to secant square theta. So, secant square theta minus tangent square theta is 1. So, itong part na ito, tama. Itong part na ito is just 1. So, 1 yun pag pinagsama mo. Tapos, 1 minus 1, makakancel yun. So, ang matitira sa numerator natin ay tangent x. Cancel. 1 over secant x. 1 over secant x is cosine x. And yan, napakita na natin na this thing is cosine x. Okay, let's do another example. Second to the last, maybe. So let us prove cosecant theta plus cotangent theta over tangent theta plus sine theta equal to cotangent theta cosecant theta. Okay, so choose the more complicated side. Ito yun. Although pag sinabing complicated, subjective yun. For me, yan yung complicated. Pero kung sa tingin nyo, mas complicated to sa inyo, go. Okay, so, kanina diba ginawa ko yung kailangan mapilit kung kamukha tong cosecant. So, nag-factor akong cosecant, tapos ginawa kong sine, cosine lahat. Tapos, wala, naka-arrive tayo dun sa gusto natin. Pwede rin naman gawin yun din dito. Pero, gagawin kong ibang technique. Ibang technique naman yung papakita ko dito. So, in this case, magmumultiply and divide ako by something. Okay, bali nag-multiply lang ako ng 1 nun. So, magmumultiply ako by, nakikita nyo itong denominator na to. Mumultiply ako ng ganyan, kaso yung positive, we will make it negative para lang magkaroon ng difference of 2 square. So, I multiply by tangent theta minus sine theta. And let us see what happens next. Okay? Yung denominator becomes tangent square theta minus sine square theta. Yung numerator, mukhang hindi pala magandang technique ito. Okay, so let us multiply. The product of this is cosecant theta, tangent theta, and this one. Cotangent times tangent is 1. This 2. Cosecant times sine is 1. And ano pa hindi natin na multiply? This one. Minus cotangent theta times sine theta. Okay, so let's do this. So, papakita natin that that is cotangent theta times cosecant theta. So, cancel na ito, no? So, meron na tayong cosecant theta, tangent theta, minus cotangent theta, sine theta, over tangent square minus sine square theta. Okay, paano ba to? Ano ba ang tangent times cosecant? Okay, dito muna tayo. So, cosecant is 1 over sine. Tangent is sine over cosine. So, ang lalabas lang dyan is we have secant theta. Kasi matitira 1 over cosine. Minus, cotangent is cosine over sine times sine. So, matitira na lang ay cosine theta. Okay. Kailangan, ang kakalabasan natin ay ganito, no? Okay. Gawin na nga lang nating sine at cosine lahat. Okay, so sine square theta over cosine square theta minus sine square theta. What's gonna happen? We have 1 over cosine theta minus cosine theta divided by alalay na ng kinantungan nito. Okay, so multiply everything by cosine square theta over cosine square theta. Ano ito? Distribute cosine theta minus cosine cube theta divided by sine square theta minus sine square theta cosine square theta. And may common factors ba? Sa numerator, we can factor cosine, so we get 1 minus cosine square theta. In the denominator, you can factor sine square. So 1 minus cosine square theta. Ooh, cancel. So we have cosine theta over sine theta, sine theta. And voila, this is cotangent theta. Tapos ito, cosecant theta. Okay, nakuha ba natin? Yes, nakuha natin siya. Akala nyo hindi ko masusolve. Okay. So, ginawa ko naman dito, nag-multiply ako ng something sa numerator at sa denominator, tapos ginawa kong sine cosine ulit lahat. Okay. Actually, ganun yung ginagawa ko kapag parang hindi ko na alam yung gagawin. Ginagawa kong sine at cosine lahat. Okay, so let's prove this one last example. Okay, so first time natin isosolve ito. Cosine to the fourth theta minus sine to the fourth theta. Pakita na natin na 2 cosine square theta siya minus 1. Ano mas complicated dito? Parang pareha lang naman. Okay, parang mas bet ko magsimula dito. Okay. Ay! Difference of two squares ito, diba? So, pwede natin siyang i-factor as cosine square theta minus sine square theta times cosine square theta plus sine square theta. Uy, sinwerte tayo dito. We know that this is 1 by the fundamental identity. So, matitira na lang is cosine square theta minus sine square theta. Okay, puro cosine, no? So, gawin natin tong cosine. So, sabi ni fundamental identity, sine square theta plus cosine square theta equal to 1. So, yung sine square, you can express it as 1 minus cosine square theta. So, let us apply it here. So, 1 minus cosine square theta, minus 1 plus cosine square theta equal to 2 cosine square theta minus 1. Yan, na-prove na natin yung identity natin. Okay, so itong mga examples na to or exercises, iwan ko na lang sa inyo and then kayo na mag-answer. So, you prove the following. 1 plus cosine theta equal to cosecant theta minus cotangent theta and Sige, bigay na natin yung isa pa para marami kayong iisipin na exercises. Okay, magandang ginagawa to on your own. At saka dapat kapag nagsasagot kayo ng exercises, meron kayong kopya ng identities sa kabilang kamay. Okay? So, answer this para magkaroon kayo ng grip doon sa mga fundamental identities. And that ends our lecture for proving identities using the 8 fundamental identities. Don't forget to memorize the fundamental identities by heart. Bye-bye!